Sounds good. We ready? Live, the content of this meeting is being sent to one or more apps. So, I
I
would like
can't find it though. Oh, there we go. So now you are live.
it on YouTube because I would like to share it on
We're on we're on
Facebook.
YouTube, yeah.
Okay. I would like
Opened
to
up my window today.
share it on Facebook Sister Talk as well.
Oh, I muted because
Can you
it
tag
was,
my Yada Bean page in the too?
I don't know how to
Yada
do any
Bean.
of that.
I was talking to Ellis. She probably do.
Did she what?
Can you tag my Yada Mean page in it?
Uh,
Yada Mean.
Yada, on your Facebook?
Yeah. Ain't that funny? Cause I just do spoof videos of that dude named Yada.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And mine is Yada Mean. I'm about to start recording again this weekend.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a good it's a good clown dupe.
Yeah. I'm just trying to make this money.
I mean,
So that's
uh,
great. I wish I knew how to do the share screen though. But the reason why we're here is because I went to talk about the Shannon Sharp.
Oh, well, did you
Um,
start recording already?
I did, yeah.
Oh, cause I was gonna say you should like I know like a brief synopsis
please, yes,
about
give us a rundown.
oh,
I guess
what's
this is
going
not
on.
anything formal anyway. So it's
He'll
just
just he'll just with a talking to a 19-year-old sex worker, but I don't know like, and she
okay.
sued him or something.
Okay,
Wait,
so this is what I know. I'm gonna go in, and I say this only because the reason why I even want to talk about this. Normally, I'm not. I've been like under a rock for a very long time. I would say with all of celebrity gossip or what's going on online in general. But so this came up on my news feed, and the reason why I found it worth having a conversation about is because there's so many different layers, and because people were so. My knowledge about this situation is Shannon Sharp, he's a sports commentator. I've listened to some of his stuff in the past, and not a whole lot, but sometimes he has things that, make sense. He'll say something to make sense. But, anyways, the reason why I thought this was important to talk about was because there's so many different layers. Um, at first brush, people are saying this woman is trying to get a money grab. So this is a night. She was, to my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone, because I didn't go all deep into this. This is just the facts that I know. She was supposedly 19 when she met him at a gym, and they exchanged information, and it came to be that she's an OnlyFans performer, and he's 54, but they have this relationship that started when she's 19, and then lasted up until recently, and it's one of where his kink or her kink, whatever they want to, whoever they're pushing the kink on,
Don't tell me it's
is
race play.
it's more than just race play because it's what is it,
Wait, he been
BDS?
showing up in her videos? I didn't know that.
So
I didn't know he
so
was
there's
cameoing.
so he's saying, well, she's alleging that he essayed her, and this is the relationship began consensual, but the acts that she's alleging in terms of essay, she's saying that absolutely was not consensual, and that's what she is alleging, that she's saying he needs to be charged for, and he
No, I
has
just think
it.
it's a misunderstanding. They should have came up with a safe word.
Okay, so this is what I'm just saying the facts that I kind of know, which is what, she's saying that this was not consensual, although the relationship dynamics were where they have their kings and there's a consensual abuse. That's the word I'm using,
well,
as abuse.
non-consent is what they call it. Consensual non-consent.
Yeah,
Well,
it's the
what I'm
technical.
saying is there are things that she alleged happened that was like, if you read, he released text messages that she put out showing the nature of their relationship, and that's because she's asking for him to abuse her, and that is these are allegedly text messages that came from her, where she's alleging that or he's alleging that she sent him these
Oh my God.
messages
I'm
where
gonna
she's
just
alleging asking for him
miss
to
my
abuse
turn.
her. What?
I missed my turn.
Okay, so that's none of her business. And then I'll just read the
So if
anyway.
she asking for him to abuse her, in your opinion, or is she
No,
asking
I will
for
read I'll
for
read some of
kink play?
the things.
Okay.
So that's not about my opinion. So what is being alleged by her is that he essayed her, and he's in order to defend himself, he said, "Look at the text messages. This is the nature of our relationship.
Right.
This was
Like,
a
bro, you can't
consensual."
come in.
He says, even though she released a voice recording where he is telling her that he is going to choke her, and in fact, I would just read it. His exact words. But there is a recording as well out there where so she's not like putting words in his mouth that he's not reading a text message. This was a voice message that she preserved that he said to him, he said to her. So, and for him to explain this threat of "I will choke you," he released text messages to show that this is the nature of our relationship. This is kind of our kink. So let me see where to begin, because there was a couple of things that, and again, is layered, because yes, there's also messages where she's talking about I've always wanted a black baby, and she puts that she wants to get
That's every white
impregnate
girl.
her. So here is an exclusive. This is a news article about it. It says Shannon Sharp's OnlyFans are accused repeatedly text about her desire to have children with the NFL legend before a $50 million lawsuit. And then there's a quote, "I want you to put a baby in me." There's text messages that says, "I've
Hey,
always
Ultimate One.
wanted a black baby." And there's other, it says
Hi, you.
Shannon Sharp's accuser
Thank you.
allegedly wanted to have a child with him during their relationship. It says the NFL legend released racy and revealing text messages he exchanged with the woman after she accused him of SA and sued him for $50 million. Shortly after OnlyFans model
Yeah,
Gabriel
I
filed
personally
her
think
lawsuit,
you shouldn't try
Sharp,
to sue nobody for
and let me just
uh
finish. Sharp 56 issued a statement that their relationship was 100% consensual and called her money demands blackmail. He tried to support his declaration of innocence by dumping his text messages with her, some of which include multiple requests to put a baby in her. In a series of texts, she told Sharp, "I can't wait to have a black baby," to which he replied, "If I was 38, I would definitely impregnate you." She answered with a suggestion, "I mean, you could still impregnate me. Age is just a number," to which Sharp
you got a breeding fetish.
said, "That's the king for you. You and I both know you don't want a baby." And then I'll go further down. And the thing is, so this is all kind of just focusing on, and I find it's interesting to me that the focus is on the race bit and this baby talk, and because there's a lot more. And what I kind of focused on was the actual voice message and some of the text messages and the nature of their relationship. And the reason why I think those things are important, because regardless of whether or not he's saying that this was a consensual relationship where these dynamics were playing, is it really is abuse. And I'm not gonna it's not from my words, it's from the messages that were sent, and I don't see them here. Let me see if I can find them. And where he says, oh, here we go. So attorney Davis also shared the Sharps decided to reveal the explosive texts to set the record straight. He said, "We were releasing several of Mrs." and I'm not going to keep going on her name, her explicit text messages to Mr. Sharp that clearly indicate the nature of the relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific graphic requests. The graphic messages include alleged requests such as, "I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're me." Another read, "I want to put my tongue in your a-hole and you then
What the
marry
hell?
me."
She said that to Ainda. She
Yeah,
said that to Shannon
she's
Sharp.
saying this to him,
Oh, that would have been
allegedly.
the end of our
One of
contact
the
right there.
last text messages, one of the last text messages accompanied by a photo of the alleged victim seemed to be asking Sharp for money. "I know you miss this big juicy A. 25K for each cheek. Davis contends the relationship was ended after that request.
Exactly.
In
Exactly.
response,
They're gonna charge
he
you for
doubled
something you
down on
already
the
get
violence.
for
Can I finish? In response, he doubled down on the violent accusation, releasing an audio of the phone call in which the former Denver Bronco allegedly threatened to choke her. The threat came after she warned Sharp not to manipulate her during an argument, quote unquote, and an enraged Sharp fired back, "If you say that word one more time, I'm going to effing choke you the second I see you. I mean, I'm going to choke the S out of you when I see you." After several moments of silence, she replied that she doesn't want to be choked. And yes, you do, Sharp replied. "I don't think you have a choice in the matter." Now, if you go actually listen to the audio of these relationships, you can deduce that, look, they do have this. I will say, I wouldn't say for the message, but if you're putting the totality of their communications that they put out, you can say, yes, they have this possibly relationship that's consensual and a kink based on, what is it saying? Why is this Zoom thing keep coming up when it's like, this is, okay, calm down.
It's gonna shut us off in 10 minutes. So
Why is it doing that? That's what I'm saying. It's like just acting like I don't have the pro account, and I do, and it's really becoming a problem for me. So, um, I'm long-winded, so I can't really say anything in 10
to me,
minutes.
it's giving that they did have a BDSM relationship, and
But maybe we're not.
in BDSM relationships, there is a theme that's called consensual non-consent. And so they would have a consequences if these things happen based on rules. And if a person that is in a BDSM relationship chooses to under certain guidelines, if this happened, this is going to happen, regardless to if you say no or not, unless you use your safe word, then there's a certain thing called consensual non-consent. And the reason why it's non-consent is because
you take it.
if you were to start enduring it, I mean, obviously somebody will sign up for something, and then when it start happening, the fear and adrenaline will kick over in, and then they'll be like, no, thank you, right? And then so the reason why it's consensual non-consent, because ahead of time you already agreed to this, but you do have the option to safe word out. If you do not use your safe word, then it's consensual non-consent.
Yeah, I don't think that's it. I think that what was going on is they had that consensual, non-consensual, but she wanted to have a baby with him so she can get that child support. That's why she kept pushing it.
So,
Then when he was going for when he wasn't putting no seed in her, she was like, "All right, then I'm just gonna charge you for each cheek." And then when he was like, "Yeah, nah," she was like, "All right, then sue it is. I guess I'm just gonna sue you."
That's what it looks like to
I
me.
mean, that's
Yeah.
one theory, but this is what I say, because we can go that in that direction. I think a lot of people are thinking that, but I think is this: I look at the fact that there's a lot of, for a person to go into this direction, and I mean him in terms of her age, you have to look at the fact that it is predatory what he's doing. So regardless of whether he's wanting to abuse someone. So regardless of whether it is consensual or not, this is a man who is 54 going after a woman who's 19 for a relationship where he can consensual abuse someone. That's the reality. He wants to abuse someone, whether or not it is for consensual or not. This
There's
is the
grown women though.
mindset of this man. And so if a mindset of a person and their behavior is predatory, then I'm not going to think that they're going to, even if there are rules and he's signing up for it, that he's not going to be like, oh, okay, well, even in this case, if the person legitimately says they're not interested, that he would push past those boundaries because he's such an outstanding gentleman and he goes by the rules. I think that there are so many different layers that I can get into, but it's like I can't really get into them because now I know that this thing is going to shut off in a set time, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think rules or no rules. She
Well, that's
just
the
don't
reason
want
for
to.
the safe word. So, rules or no rules,
Exactly.
there's the reason for the safe word. So even if, like I said, even if she comes to the point and he's like if he said, I'm on site, I'm choking you, if she would have safe word,
Like
allegedly,
Zatune.
on,
Yeah.
But look,
based on
you
the,
have to listen to look at the mentality. And I say this is why I don't know that I can believe that that's the case. I mean, I know what you're saying, but I'm saying I can't disbelieve that he didn't go past that
Yeah,
because
and
of the character that,
yeah.
that we're talking about here.
Right, right.
And this is the other part that I think is interesting. He knows that what he's doing, even engaging in the type of relationship, the dynamics outside, could get him in trouble with his own reputation. But he's
Oh, I was
willing
about
to
to say no,
chance it
it's not
all.
really. 'Cause
Yes, he's willing to chance it all and say, "Well, regardless to, I need to have this interaction. I'm so much so that he's going to pay for the interaction. He's going to keep that relationship going. He even knows the dynamics in terms of the race, how race plays in the dynamics where Black men and white women. So he knows all of this, and he's like, well,
especially a white team.
in his mind, he's exactly, and especially the age range as well. But he's saying, regardless of all this, he's willing to chance it all. He's willing. So why am I supposed to believe somebody who knows that what they're doing is wrong, but they need to have this experience anyway, so much so that they'll put their career on the line, they'll put their reputation on the line in hopes that this one person will keep their secret.
Right. So what you're saying
This-
is, so BDSM has a lot to do with self-control and self-discipline. What you're
And
saying,
trust.
he's throwing him his everything to the wind by deciding to do something that is obviously it's extreme detriment to himself. Then
For the
he's
trust.
really not being self-disciplined. So why are we to believe that if she used her safe word, he actually would have adhered to it? That's what you're saying, right?
To an extent, absolutely. And then more than that, I'm saying that absolutely, but it's a depravity to me. It's like something like you really are it is the nature of it. Again, the fact that somebody will have
That's
the
her kink and that's his kink too.
yeah. Well, the thing is this.
Depraved or anything.
The thing is this, and
It's
yeah, and even
predatory.
to your both of them are predatory. I'm not saying she's not predatory either. I'm sure she has the
Yeah,
reasons for being
I
predatory.
definitely think she's
That's
predatory.
the easy
It's just
bag for
more of
her.
exactly.
That's an easy bag for her. And it's foolish to me that this guy, even with all, but it is literally historically the same thing over and over again. It's just it's sad in that aspect, but again, we're talking about somebody who I think obviously you have to be very predatory, and I think the reason why you're seeing this happen, like, is why is it that she's actually going after him right now, and is it because of this? She couldn't bag the baby. I don't believe that that's the case at all. I think this relationship, both of theirs, they both had, because the thing is that you have to look at this. There's a level of intimacy as well going on. I don't mean like physical. I mean, mean emotional. He has to trust this woman enough to know that he can go on with this relationship, and she's not saying anything. I don't think it was an NDA that made her not say anything about their relationship for a very long time. She's getting paid, but also she's experiencing a secret side of him that other people aren't seeing, and he can confide in her in ways in which other people can't. So I do think that she probably did have that relationship with him where he pushed those boundaries a number of times, and he knew that she was not going to say anything about it because of the fact that the nature of their relationship is something that if she did say it, guess what? People aren't going to believe her because he knows that this is he can pull this. Oh, this is our nature. This is a kink, and I have enough text messages and communications to prove that it's a kink. But beyond that, I also don't think that he thought that she would even take it there. I think that I don't think that he thought she would see it as a criminal offense. And so I thought he felt safe in going on, and not just because it was a safe word, but because the fact that he is a predator and he is grooming someone who's very young, and he's paying for an abusive experience, and all the race talk that people keep saying is like, wow, okay, she's doing a service. She's an OnlyFans person. She's providing him what he is. She's marrying to him and performing for him a character that he is paying for. So all this, I want a baby and stuff. You think that he doesn't. Please, this is stuff that she's mirroring to him what he wants, what he's paying for. So I don't know what, I mean, I get that people are bringing up all the race stuff, but like that's something he's paying into. That's an experience that he's paying for. That's something that's gratifying for him. So if she wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't something that's appeasing for him, that he's not willing to pay for it and invest in.
Do you want to start another one?
Well, we're off now.
We have 1 minute left.
Okay, because I was gonna get a little bit into another aspect
Right, that's why I'm
of
wondering if
that.
you want to start another one.
Okay, but
Oh
this
yeah,
is
I mean,
annoying. Like, can we just find out why my thing is being problematic? Okay, stay tuned,
yeah, that I
everybody.
mean.
We'll be right back until I figure this
Oh yeah,
out.
that I mean.
Hold on. No, I'm gonna jump off really quick and then jump back on.
Yeah, send us the link.
Yeah. First I have to find my controls, and then I will sort out the rest. Where am I at?